What's going on, everybody? Mr. Octagonal here, and we are on College Hoops 2K8, going to be starting up a brand new Legacy series, something that I've wanted to do for a little bit now, and I'm finally getting around to do so. So we're going to go with an open Legacy. I would do the career Legacy because it's more challenging, but the team I've been planning on doing, it won't let you sign a contract with them in the career Legacy. The open Legacy is a little bit more customizable. You can pick any team you want. Here are the settings. We're going to go with 13-minute halves. I think that's a good number. I think 15 is too long for how I play, but I think 10 is too little. So I had a vote on the community tab a couple of days ago, and it seemed like it was an overwhelming result. You guys wanted to see us go with the Arizona State Sun Devils. So I am a man of the people, and we're going to be rocking with the Sun Devils. So we got to create our coach, and his name is Steve Stemwiggle III, aged 33, 6'9". Nice. And those are the rest of his attributes. So all of his abilities are very high. I could make them all A+, but I'm not going to do that because I want some challenge, okay? I don't want this series to be too easy. But at the same time, I am happy I get a little bit of an advantage because literally I just picked up this game 2 days ago. I'm still not great at recruiting, so you're just going to have to roll with me through the rough times early on in this series. So first we got to get some new assistants. We're going to go after Perlman. He looks like a good scouter, and then I want a good all-around assistant coach as well. So the guy I would end up going with, he would be towards the top. I forget his name. It was Davidson. So Davidson and Perlman will be our assistant coaches, and now it's time for the custom schedules, and we're totally going to change this up. So first we got the Hawaiian Invitational. That's going to stay. But then looking at our non-conference, at Michigan State versus Mississippi Valley State, at North Dakota State versus Georgia, at Thurman versus Northern Colorado, at Virginia Tech, at Kansas, who is number 1 to start the season, and then home against St. Joseph's. And then if you look, there's a look at the in-conference schedule as well. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to play every game. I'm going to play all the in-season tournaments like every game. I'll do about half of the non-conference games, mainly the important ones, and then I'll try to play each conference team once per year. I don't think it'll be perfect, but I'll do the best with that. And then any other conference or NCAA tournaments, I will play every possible game. So now it's time to meet the roster of your Sun Devils. Starting with the star of this team, you may know this name. It's James Harden. And the reason why we're going to be going with Harden, I am using custom rosters, custom players made by subscribers, but we're going with Harden here because this is the 2007-2008 season. Harden was a freshman on the Arizona State team for 2007-2008, and his player was already in the game. I just had to edit the name and make him a little bit better since it is James Harden. So he's going to be the best player on our team for right now. And then after that, we went for Discord or YouTube community poll tab, custom guys, whatever. So first off, we got a junior forward by the name of Rakeem Lee. He will be starting right away. He looks like a good shooter, good all-around offensive player. Next up, we got sophomore DeKendrick Collier. He will be in the starting lineup as well. The common theme with this team is this is a big roster, got some big forwards, bunch of guys who can shoot. We got some athletes. Not the greatest when it comes to the defensive end of the glass, but of course, when everybody is making custom players, they want their guys to be able to shoot threes and dunk. So next up, we got a sophomore guard by the name of Dean Balkson. Likely going to be a 3-and-D guy. I assume he will be the main 6th or 7th man off the bench. And one of the other main bench players is going to be a freshman by the name of Deshaun Carter. So him and Balkson will be the main 2 off the bench. At center, Njoka Chumba, a sophomore, 6'11", 240, but he can certainly shoot the ball. Rebounding for his size, I'd like to improve, but with the size on our team, I don't think it's the end of the world. He is from Senegal. I think we might have one other international player, if I'm correct. Next up, we got a redshirt junior named Mohamed Lester. Yeah, as you can tell, these are custom-made players. I did not make these players, so yeah. Next up, Ryland Fountain, a senior shooting guard. He'll likely get some minutes off the bench this season. Jake Jackson, the likely starting point guard. Nice passer, good ball handler. Not great on defense, but offensively he's pretty good. And then off the bench at center, at 7'4" from Serbia, Jakub Novik. He's quite raw, but I think he has a ton of upside. I mean, this guy's a giant. He's 7'4". What else do I have to explain? The next two guys we're going to be redshirting. A freshman forward by the name of Devin Bond, and then another freshman forward by the name of Memphis Charleston, who happens to be from Memphis, Tennessee. So those two guys will be getting red shirts. And then Zach Green, he is not going to play. He is really bad. He is also a junior, so there's not much developing for him. And, yeah, he's not very good. So the rotation is going to look like Jake Jackson, James Harden, DeKendrick Collier, Rakeem Lee, and Njoka Chamba as the starters. The bench will look like Deshaun Carter, Dean Balkson, Rylan Fountain, and Jakub Novik. So that's how we're going to allocate our minutes. Now on to recruiting. I am not very good at recruiting on this game. But for the most part, I just tried to go after guys who were interested in us. Try to find a few 4 or 5 star guys as well who can maybe develop. And this is not like NCAA football where we're going to have a recruiting class of 20 to 25 guys. This class is only going to feature like 3 or 4 players. It only lets us offer 3 scholarships, so we're going to have to be really precise on how we use those scholarships. I'm not going to use any of them today just because we want to make sure that we get guys who we know want to be a huge part of our team. So this is sort of how recruiting works. You can email them, phone them, request game tape, visit them, scout them, have them visit the campus, and then eventually they will, you can offer them a scholarship. So we have a total of 6,000 points to allocate throughout the season. We get about 500 new points per week. So that is fun. I feel like I might be using my points a little bit too fast. I simulated about 3 weeks into the future because this started off in like late October and our first game isn't until late November. So I did some simulating, I did some recruiting off camera, and I feel like I might have used a little bit too many points each time because I sort of went to the limit each week, which probably isn't too smart. But I'm just learning. If you have tips for me, I'd be happy to figure them out because, as you could tell when I said earlier, I am definitely not an expert when it comes to this game. As I mentioned, the first time I played College Hoops 2K8 was about 48 hours ago, so I definitely have a lot of work to do, but so far, as I mentioned, I am certainly enjoying it. So here we go, our first game, which is part of a Hawaii Invitational. Look who it's against! The number 15 ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. It is not rigged, I did not pick that, but we get to play our good friends, the Fighting Illini. So here are some of the top guys who we are interested in. Damaris Profit, a 3-star forward, is 98% interested. I don't know if that means he's going to commit soon or not, but hopefully it does because he is kind of solid. We are pursuing one 5-star. His name is Wendell McGrain, a 6'6 power forward from New York, the number 21 overall player in the nation. And then as you can scroll down, we're not really going after too many of these guys. But I did come across a name that made me laugh, and we're going to go after him for the memes. And it is not Tommy Helms. That's a boring name, but we're kind of going after him a little. But the guy I'm going to talk about, I wish there was like an NCAA 14, how there's just like a tab of all the guys you were going after. That'd be so much more simple. But it's Smacky Doumbouya. The initials are S. Doumbouya, and I'm a Pistons fan. You know, I love me some Sekou. So when I saw S. Doumbouya, not necessarily a common name, I was thinking, what if the name is Sekou, but his name is Smacky? So because of that, we're going after him, and that would be really funny. I'm going to have to call Sekou Smacky from now on. So that'll end the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode will be the Hawaii Invitational, probably 3 games. We're going to go through all 3 of them in that episode. Usually we'll do simulating in each episode too. I'm probably going to play 2 games per episode, but since it's a season tournament, we're just going to do all 3. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited as I am. Have a good one. Peace out.